Good morning, I'm Zach Korpix and I'm sitting here today with a special guest. This is Dennis Pfleiger. Many of you may know him around the community. Recently he was named the Chief Operating Officer at St. Luke's Quakertown. Good morning, Dennis. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Zach. Thank you for having me.
First, can you explain to us what a Chief Operating Officer does?
A Chief Operating Officer for a hospital is responsible for the day-to-day operations at that campus. So I'm responsible for the financial, volumes, and quality performance of the St. Luke's Quakertown campus.
How long have you been involved and what made you decide to get involved with healthcare?
I've been in healthcare since 1993 when I graduated from college as a respiratory therapist. So I spent a few years doing bedside clinical care, and then in '97 I had the opportunity to move into a managerial role as a director of respiratory. Over several years, I had the opportunity then at Sacred Heart Hospital to move into a vice president's role. And I spent the last 4 years of my career at Einstein Montgomery campus, which was the newest hospital in the Einstein network, where I was a vice president of healthcare services. And then I've been at St. Luke's Quakertown now as their chief operating officer for the last 2.5 months. And in this role, I will have the opportunity to help develop the new campus that will be built out on 663 over the next few years.
What is your favorite thing about your job?
The favorite part of my job is the ability to impact the lives of others. From the staff that we work with that are true professionals, to being able to help to create systems that provide the best quality care for our patients and our families. Being part of this community makes this even a better part of the job for me. It's not just the job that I'm doing, it's really taking care of my family, my friends, and my neighbors. And that's the type of health system that we're trying to continue to energize here at St. Luke's Quakertown.
What was your last job and what is the difference between your old job and being the new COO of Quakertown?
In my last job at Einstein Montgomery, I was the Vice President of Healthcare Services, and I was responsible for more departmental functions, facilities, and those type of things. And in that role, it was more so I reported to a Chief Operating Officer. In this new role now, I'll have the opportunity to really help develop strategy and move the hospital forward. Being the Chief Operating Officer means that most of the other Vice Presidents do report to me. So it gives me the opportunity to help set the culture, help set the direction for the organization.
I read that you will be instrumental in getting the new hospital built and running along Route 63. Can you tell us anything about that project?
Sure. The new project at St. Luke's Quakertown will be over on 663 and Portser Road. We're hoping to break ground next year in the spring, so providing we have a nice dry winter, we will be able to start as quick as possible. The hope is that we will be in the spring to fall of 2019. So we have a lot of work to do in that time. The building will be able to house 80 beds, which will be an increase from what we currently have. Our emergency department will be expanding, and we will also have an increase in our operating rooms at that new facility. So it'll bring a lot of great services here closer to Quakertown.
So if that one will be opening up, what will happen to the one on Park Avenue?
We're still working on what will be happening at the Park Avenue campus. At this point, we know that we'll be continuing with some inpatient services there, as well as outpatient services, and the medical arts building that is currently there, which has many physician practices in it, will be staying on this campus. The goal is to continue to have a footprint here in downtown Quakertown. We feel that this is an extremely important part of our market and one that we want to make sure that we continue to support in whatever way possible.
I know you're active in the community, and to my knowledge you grew up in Quakertown. When did you graduate from Quakertown Community High School, and how are you still involved in the community today?
So I have grown up in Quakertown my whole life. I lived in the borough up until I got married and moved out to Milford Township. I graduated from Quakertown High School in 1988. So I think I was the last graduating class before those new additions at that point were being put on the high school. I've stayed involved in this community over the years. I've coached my children in sports through both football, baseball, and softball, as well as being involved with the youth group over at Quakertown United Methodist Church.
Thanks for coming to see us. We wish you the best of luck with your new job.
Thank you, Zach, for having me here today. Appreciate it.
Welcome.